Hey, wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy, and you're watching the F and brand of wrestling and entertaining here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am back with my review of the No Way Out 2012 pay-per-view. No Way Out took place June 17, 2012, and it was a pretty good event in my opinion. Would I have liked to see some of the finishes a little bit different? Yes, but do I think it was a solid pay-per-view? Yes. The performances by all the athletes involved were phenomenal. These guys went out there and busted their ass. And you guys know me. If you've watched me for a long time, or if this is your first time watching me, I respect all the athletes, regardless if I like their gimmicks. They go out there and they put their necks on the line. Now, if there's an athlete that goes out there and puts out a piss poor performance or doesn't give an F about the business, then I'm going to say something about it. But all the performers tonight did an absolutely phenomenal job, and we'll jump right into the pay-per-view. We start off at 7:30 on YouTube. We see Brodus Clay square off against David Otunga, and Brodus Clay is still selling the injury from last week where his knee was injured, and he ends up picking up the win via countout after David Otunga just wants none of the Funkasaurus. There was a lot of back and forth action. This was actually one of the Funkasaurus' longest matches, and that's because of his injury. He just wasn't able to decimate and dominate David Otunga like he has so many opponents since making his huge re-debut in the WWE in January. Then we go into the first official match of the night, 8 o'clock. No Way Out starts. We see the World's Heavyweight title on the line. We see Sheamus, the defending World's Heavyweight champion, go square off against Dolph Ziggler. Now, this is a great match. I would have really liked to see Dolph Ziggler pick up the strap in this match, but I understand what they were doing here. Dolph Ziggler was a last-minute replacement for the injured Alberto Del Rio, and Dolph Ziggler had a very strong showing, and I'm sure this is going to put him in future contention for future World's Heavyweight or possibly WWE title opportunities. Sheamus was successful and picked up the win. Then we go into the tuxedo match. You know, I really wasn't expecting too much out of this match, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. It sure made me laugh, and it was a nice change of pace for the night after seeing such a serious match with Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. Santino was successful and picked up the win over Ricardo Rodriguez. Then we see the Intercontinental title on the line. Christian, who's the defending IC champion, went one-on-one versus Cody Rhodes, who's the former champion. That's who Christian defeated to pick up the title. It was a great match. There was a lot of back and forth action. Christian ended up picking up the win after the spear and the frog splash. Excuse me, guys. Then we go into a number one contenders match. We see the primetime players, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, square off against the Usos, Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel, and the team of Primo and Epico. And towards the end of this match, we see Abraham Washington, AW, turn on Primo and Epico, side with the primetime players, and help them pick up the win and become the new number one contenders in the process. Then we go into Divas title action. We see Layla pick up the win over Beth Phoenix. This was a solid match. Layla had firm control at the beginning of this match, and she started toying with Beth Phoenix. And this almost cost her the match, but Layla was successful nonetheless and picked up the win, retaining her title. Then we go into Sin Cara versus Unico. Another great match. The thing that really bothered me about this match is Unico is such a great athlete. He has all the abilities that Sin Cara has. And when he came into the WWE, honestly, I think he was outperforming Sin Cara. And he's been able to transition into another style since performing as the Unico character, and I really would have just liked to see more out of him. But I understand what they were doing. They put Sin Cara against one of the best, athletes of that kind in the WWE, an athlete that is skilled with the Lucha Libre style, and Sin Cara picked up a quick, decisive win, and it just furthered Sin Cara's resurgence, his revitalization since returning to the WWE after that huge injury he suffered at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Then we go into the WWE title match. We see CM Punk square off against Kane and Daniel Bryan. CM Punk picks up the win over Kane and Daniel Bryan after AJ Lee comes down to the ringside area, ends up distracting Kane, allowing CM Punk to pick up the win. Then we go into Ryback. Ryback picks up the win over two local jobbers, Dan Delaney and Rob Grimes. And I think the time of the exhibition matches really pushing new stars over has ended. I really think that Ryback needs to start going against WWE stars. But I guess from what I've been reading, there's a lot of reluctance of current WWE stars to go against Ryback because of his dominance and how stiff and how, just utterly dominant and brutal this guy is in the ring. Then we go into the main event where John Cena and John Laurinaitis' jobs are on the line. If Big Show picks up the win, John Cena will end up being fired. If John Cena picks up the win, Johnny Laurinaitis is fired. John Cena ends up picking up the win, and we see John Laurinaitis fired by Vincent K. McMahon. He says those words that no superstar, no personality in the WWE wants to hear: "You're fired." It was a pretty good event, in my opinion. Would I have liked to see maybe Kane or Daniel Bryan pick up the WWE title and switch it up a little bit? Yes. Would I have liked to see maybe Dolph Ziggler pick up the title? Yes, but I understand what they did with the Dolph Ziggler situation. He had a great showing, and I assume he will be in contention for future title opportunities. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Please drop them below. For the effing brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com, my name is Brian Crazy. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.